I expect everyone, every Christian who truly values the future of this country, I challenge you on that goal. Please get involved in political parties.
And I want to say that the structure that is controlling the insecurity in this nation is beyond Tinubu.
The system is broken. So you can't fix the presidency, the leadership, and leave the system.
Why is Tinubu afraid of terrorists? And you want to win second time?
They are controlled by Sharia law and other Islamic laws.
I believe we have a president who is ready to fix this nation. I believe he's seen it all. And I believe he is good intended.
But the truth is that every Nigerian must be forced to become a Muslim.
Build a system that is bigger than the president. That even the Supreme Court can say no to the president.
Every day they kill our soldiers. What's the work of the chief of army staff? What are they doing?
Hello everybody, welcome back to Plan B TV News Gist and Blog. I don't know, this week I'm trying to work on something, but my whole head is exploding because there are lots of news to talk about, but I like to work on episodes. Last week we were dealing on insecurity, but this week I want to talk about politics, but my heart is still dragging me to insecurity. But we are going to talk about the clergymen that are now adding their voice to the insecurity or the things that is going on in Nigeria. The first on our list is this particular pastor, and I want you guys to watch what he said on New Century. We'll be right back.
And I want to say that the structure that is controlling the insecurity in this nation is beyond Tinubu. Not as if as commander-in-chief he cannot do something about it. But I want you to know, even if he is gone, the next leadership will not be able to take care of it. And that is why I submit to you, we need international help. Because the structure is too strong. The people behind it are too strong. They have laid mines. Nigeria has been mined. It's a military term I'm using. Nigeria has been mined. So to try to, it's just like what is happening at the Strait of Hormuz. You know, it's not easy to remove mines because a lot of lives will be lost. There are decisions if you take right now, the whole nation will explode. The nature of death and casualty will be unbearable. In fact, it will be more than the Civil War. And so it's an issue that needs to be treated, you know, with a lot of caution. And then we need foreign help to be able to intervene. And that's why I thank God for the presence of the United States in Nigeria right now. And I pray they will, they will carry out the exact thing they promised to carry out, you know, in terms of taming these insecurity issues in Nigeria. And so I want to say that Tinubu will come, he will leave the problem on ground because it is a lifetime agenda to take over the whole nation and Islamize Nigeria. Not that every Nigerian has to be a Muslim, but the thing is that when we talk about Islamization, it simply means that the policies, the structure, the constitution will be controlled by Islamic law. That's what it simply means. So not everybody, because in Iran there are Christians, but they are controlled by Sharia law and other Islamic laws. So when we talk about Islamization, it doesn't mean every Nigerian must be forced to become a Muslim. But the truth is that they want to rule Nigeria by Islamic law, and it's a jihad coming in different phases. Let me be very blunt and honest with you. What is happening in Nigeria is a jihad. It's not normal crime that takes place in different societies, different countries. If you talk about issues of banditry, there are other nations that experience banditry. If you're talking about issues of kidnapping, kidnapping has been there and is still existing in other nations. But this is not the problem of Nigeria. We have to face it. The problem of Nigeria is jihad, coming and disguising itself in different phases. Right now, they are trying to annex the whole of the Middle Belt into the north. When they are done with that, they will enter into other states. They already test-running other states. I'm telling you the truth. And so you see, they're trying to annex. That is why during Buhari's time, it is so funny because God talks to me about this nation a lot as a prophet.
Of a truth, everything is said for me is right. But I think there's a wake-up call for the clergy in Nigeria. I mean, the Khan Association are far asleep right now. They are lacking behind. And that drew my attention to this particular video that I came across on social media when this particular pastor preached on the Reverend Samoye ministry. And I want you guys to watch what he said. We'll be right back.
I expect everyone, every Christian who truly values the future of this country. I challenge you under God. Please get involved in political parties. I can't tell you which party to join, but please join a party. Stop praying for them. Let us pray for you. Join them. Reverend Sam, politics is dirty because of your absence. There's so much darkness in politics because light has left politics. What is the value of light amongst the light? The Bible says when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. Check the states in this country that have godly leaders, those who fear God. See the development in their state. See the rejoicing amongst their people. Imagine if the National Assembly is filled with born-again Christians who fear God and understand what leadership is all about, who understand what the burden of service is all about. Imagine if the National Assembly is filled with Christians who understand that, look, there are terrorists all over the place. They will have declared fasting and prayer. Where our militaries are failing, they will have gone into prayer. Somewhere in the legislature there, the power of God will have come upon one to prophesy and say, this is the way to go. There are people here who are anointed to lead. Stop struggling for deaconship inside church. You're all laughing, fighting to be next deacon. Now you have become deacon. The next thing you're looking for is there archdeacon. Fighting for relevance where there is no need for it. That's why the church has become a place where the politics we should be playing outside, we are playing it inside the church. Because everybody's fighting for what's a position. We are in the church. Light, wanting to light. Too much light in the church causing blindness amongst us. Salt of the earth have become salt of the church. That is why over concentration of salt is burning. Too much light flooding the same place we can't see anymore. I thought what Jesus says was go ye into the world. Go and join the military. Join the military. Join police. Young girls, go and join the service. People were praying for the preservation of the nation of Israel. And God was saying, look, you want your nation to be preserved. He said, if you don't send anybody to the corridor of power, into the corridors of power, you will be destroyed. All of you. All of you. I will be watching like...
Now, not just him. A lot of clergy-men are speaking. Like I said, we'll work on a whole episode to talk about what these men of God are saying. Some are for, some are against, some are just neutral, while some are making caricature of the insecurity and everything that is going on in Nigeria. Not necessary on this particular episode. This particular episode is to show to you what these men of God, their grief. And the other episode will talk about what others are also saying. But I want us to watch this particular video of Pastor Adefarasin, what he said in this particular video, that Nigeria is dead. To him, Nigeria is dead in currency, in everything, making comparison with the Nigeria current exchange rates and the money and everything. And I want you guys to watch.
Nigeria is dead. Let's not deceive ourselves. Let me tell you something. I'm going deeper in a minute. Let me tell you something. Once you're counting in Naira, you are poor. I was not born poor. My father's salary, his last salary, in the 1970s or 80s, I can't remember when it was about 18,000 Naira. That was money. Let me make it clear to you. How much is 1 billion Naira today in dollars? Or 1.4 billion Naira? How much is it in dollars? Only $1 million, query. Do you know what 1 billion Naira was when I was 15, 16? $2.8 billion. $2.8 billion. And we're taking it. Because we live in the now. We don't study history. They wrenched it out of our academic systems. And we don't research data to project our future, to know what tomorrow will look like. So we're not doing the critical thinking. So we have no combatant against our subconscious foolishness that determines our behavior. I see that some of my heavily intellectual minds, they're sitting forward like this now. Welcome. Welcome. So some people, when they hear transformational truth,
While he said this, he make a lot of points though. I also want you guys to watch Climate Elijah. Climate Elijah decided to drop this bomb, and this is my first time I'm seeing him speaking something that at least that got my heart, because everything he have been saying is against Peter Obi, Peter Obi, Peter Obi, Peter Obi, Peter. But for the first time, he's making sense to Nigeria, and I want you guys to watch what he said.
We are talking about terrorists. Who initiate terrorists? Politicians. How? They are using them for their own selfish end. Nigerian politicians encourage terrorists. That is why every government is afraid to fight terrorists, because they have their secrets. Okay, why is it that they cannot arrest Gumi? If they have the strength, if you say you are the IGP, Abiami, arrest Gumi now. What Gumi is saying, if it's an ordinary person, what will have? They will have held him. They will have even sentenced him to imprisonment. Because Gumi and the government are working together. That is a top secret. I'm telling you, Nigerians. That is why everybody now must defend themselves. Don't wait for Nigeria. Your brother say have Kakanfo. Kakanfo has already been Kakanfo lies. Our Kakanfo is particularized. No king will fight for you. All our king, they are party kings. I don't know if I'm making any point to you. If you are waiting that one king will wait and say, this is what we do. No king is ready to do anything. No, what they want to do is to buy Rolls Royce, Bentley. That's what they want to make dollar. Our king is dollarized. They don't know anything about culture. Culture is dead. Is dead. So if you say that OPC, APC, RDC, FFR will come and protect you, you are wasting your time. Church, see how to protect yourself. Meanwhile, Ogun State is the next place where terrorists will attack. Schools in Ogun State should be protected. This is a warning beforehand now. Not wait till late. No. Ogun, Oshun, they are the mercy of the terrorists. Why are we wasting our soldiers? When you know that you politicians causes terrorists, why can't you go and do the needful? Instead of sending the soldiers to war all the time, killing them every day, they kill our soldiers. What's the work of the chief of army staff? What are they doing? What are they doing? Who is protecting who? Only God is protecting us. So don't let it get to a situation where Nigeria will revolt. They will revolt against the government in this insecurity. They are planning to enter Lagos, but they are still looking at it that Lagos is a dangerous place for them to enter. This is a warning. If you like, take it. If you like. So everybody must be conscious and very protective of yourself. Government will not protect you. They will only speak language and they will pay ransom. They are paying ransom to defend themselves. And they negotiate with terrorists. It's a bad attitude. So what is Tinubu? Why is Tinubu afraid of terrorists? And you want to win second time? Is it possible? When you are afraid of these terrorists, people who are going to vote for you, they have kidnapped them. So how do you want to win? That's the truth. That is one reason I will repeat myself. Nigerians cannot remove Tinubu. God cannot remove Tinubu. God will never remove him. Misquote me. misquote me again. God, pray, fast. He will not show. Who will remove him? Your cards and your vote. If you are determined today to remove him, no power can do rigging. Rigging will not work when Nigeria is ready to remove him. And if there's an election today, he cannot win.
Anyway, this is my shortest video. I don't want to explain too much. I don't want this video to be too long. But there are other long videos coming because those pastors, they are angry right now. A lot of them are campaigning for Tinubu. A lot of them are speaking against Tinubu. A lot of them are not campaigning or speaking, but they are just saying that the things that is going on in Nigeria is no longer appealing to them. It's no longer pleased to their heart. It's no longer good to the eyes of the blind, and everybody's tired. So a lot of men of God are speaking out.
I believe we have a president who is ready to fix this nation. I believe he's seen it all. And I believe he is good intended. The system is broken. So you can't fix the presidency, the leadership, and leave the system. In my opinion, I think we have a good head, but the head is not enough. So leadership and system failure. And in my opinion, therefore, as a 73-year-old man who have seen this nation and have lived in another economy for 41 years, I think we have focused too much on the people to lead and not the system to run. Let me tell you why I said that. Look at the United States of America. How come a groundnut farmer run America and America no fall apart? I'm sure you know who I'm talking about. Jimmy Carter. How come one Hollywood, Nollywood man run America, America no fall apart? You know who I'm talking about, kid?
True, I do.
Ronald Reagan.
Okay, yeah.
They have built a system that is bigger than the president, that even the Supreme Court can say no to the president. What we should be aiming at is, in fact, the crisis on ground now. We should use it to face some truth. From the presidency to the man on the street, mention who is behind any evil. Let us know them. Let them be taken to court. Let them be charged, and let there be no forgiveness. Let's begin to clean the system. Because if you say there's corruption with the taxi man where he turn things. There's corruption with the man who even pick the dirty way in front of my house. We say no go pick someone unless I give an extra naira. There's corruption with the man who traffic say make we stop. It's easier they drive big car. He say I can make you pass. I must give you money. So corruption is not just a leader. If you fix the system, it doesn't even matter who is president or prime minister.
But I'm just using this particular one to warm me up. If you are interested, please ensure that you subscribe. When you do, turn on your notification bell so that you wouldn't miss out on official uploads. Until we meet again, stay tuned, Plan B TV.